Spegelsalen, and it's the Champagne Day. And I would like you to introduce yourself, please.
Okay, so thank you, and I'm very pleased to be there. So I'm a Charles Forney, and we are a family company in the Champagne area. We are two brothers, and we are especially in one village. The name is Vertu, and Vertu is classified Premier Cru. So perhaps 3 words will make a summary about our family estate. So we are family, we are the generation number 5. We are preparing number 6, but they are small, so we have time. We are Premier Cru, and another thing, we have one clos, and the name is Clos Notre Dame, and it's a single plot, and you don't have a lot single plot in Champagne area. There are maybe around 10. So for our estate, we are specialized in vinification plot per plot. So that's why we have a large portfolio, and every cuvée will express a part of our vineyard.
And one of your wines were chosen for the Nobel Prize dinner. It was last year? Or
it was in 2011.
Yeah.
Yes.
That must be fantastic because
Yes.
All over the world they are looking at this, watching this on TV.
Honestly, when there was, a blind testing, and I said to our Swedish friends, I said, yeah, why not? We can try. And when they said, it's okay, you have been selected, we didn't believe at first. And after, yes. But I think that it was an honor for us because, Nobel Prize, it's well known in the world, it is prestigious. And we were so pleased, to participate indirectly to that. Yes, yes. So why not to start again?
I'm Nicoletta De Nicolo from Champagnedagen.
And could you tell me a little about Filippo Nut and the different wine styles and why Filippo Nut is so special?
Filippo Nut is a small house situated in Marais-sur-Aille, in the south part of the Montagnard ranks. And we are wine lovers, and all the range that you can see here, more or less all the range. We have 3 non-vintage wines, all with majority of Pinot Noir in the blend, as we are situated in the Pinot Noir region. And so all the hectares we have are Pinot Noir. So the Royal Reserve, that is our non-vintage wine, and it's a really nice wine that I really enjoy. And here you have our 3 non-vintage wines, Blanc de Blanc and 5022, that is the wine that I have actually in my glass that I really like. It's majority of Pinot Noir, and the cuvée, the name of the cuvée is also come from the history of the house because the family arrived in Champagne area in 5022. And here you have the Champagnedagen, that is our best wine, coming from a special vineyard situated in Marais-sur-Aille. The vineyard is exactly the picture that you can see here. Our 5.5 hectares is a monopole of the house, and is planted with Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. It's a really special wine. Because in the Clos de Gouasse you can really taste the flavors of the terroir, and something that's so unusual for Champagne to have 100% blend coming from a single vineyard.
And what is the vintage now?
The vintage that you can taste today is 2002. It's a really nice vintage, and probably one of the best vintage in 2000.
And this vintage, is it for keeping or is it?
For sure, Clos de
to
Gauze is a
drink?
wine that you can keep for even more than 20 years. It's a wine, this bottle was disgorged in 2012 because we write on the back label all the time the disgorgement date. That is really important for the people to keep the bottles. And so you can keep it for, yes, for 20 years if you want, it's not a problem. I bring with me some pieces of the soil of the Clos.
Yeah.
And the Clos is pure chalk.
Yeah.
Like to write on the blackboard, exactly that. And the minerality come from the soil.
Yeah. So, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Vad är det som är så speciellt med det?
Det är ett hus med långa traditioner sedan 1800. Det där grejer inte jag, Susanne.
Det är Punkvin.
Punkvin? Ja. Man har tillgång till väldigt mycket egen frukt. Är väldigt mån om sin baskuvé som alltid ska vara samma lika.
Vilket innebär?
Man använder alla 3 druvorna och har alltid 3 årgångar. Nu när vi var nere i höstas, galet dålig skörd, 13 jättesopig vår, det kommer vi ihåg sen här i Sverige, var ingen hägg och syren, pang på sommaren. Det vill säga blomningen i champagne blev jättedålig, liten skörd. Så den kuvé som gjordes nu, 13, den innehåller 40% utav år som jag gjort innan för att hålla den här höga standarden.
Det här är liksom champinjoner för mig. Mycket svampdoft.
Ja. Sen är den ganska generös i frukten tror jag. Det är inte liksom bara mineralitet och hårt. Utan det är väldigt generöst här.
Jag ska vi se om vi kan få smaka lite.
Och det är den med 3 restgram socker, den som du hade nu. Tänkte jag hälla 2 stycken årgångsvarianter. En Blanc de Blanc 08. 08 är ett lite varmare år. Blanc de Blanc, ja då är det ju mer citrus och stram struktur. Och då, eftersom att det är lite varmare år, har den här hunnit liksom kommit över den där lite hårda bebiströskeln. Det tycker jag var jättegott att dricka nu.
Vad kostar det här? Finns det till vanliga... Nej. Går man på restaurang och dricker det?
Precis.
Det här är mycket mer komplexitet och koncentration.
Man känner Blanc de Blanc i smaken, alltså att det har det här blond grejpighet och citruston och mineralitet. Men den har väldigt, tycker jag ändå, varm utvecklad känsla. Och det är väl förmodligen året då som är...
So I'm Marie Doyard. I'm the grandchild of A.Jacquart, which is my grandfather from my mother's side. And I've decided to come back in the family business in 2004, so it's like 10 years ago now. So I'm the 5th generation to take care about the property.
Fantastic. And what's so special about your wines and your grapes and your... Do you have any clos?
We don't have any clos, but we are really close from the nature can offer us. And we are quite lucky because my parents, grandparents and grand-grandparents have been always involved and investing in Champagne area, in a nice area called the Côte des Plans, so in the south of E.Rapeneau. And we do have renowned vineyards in Ménil-sur-Oger, which is Grand Cru appellation, and in Vertu as well, which is Premier Cru appellation. So we are really working on pure Chardonnay style champagne, Blanc de Blanc.
And your techniques, what's so special about them? Do you have any special philosophy?
Yes, we do. The thing is, we really want to, for the new generation which has represent, it was really important for us to focus on a really niche product and to work on a really high level of quality champagne. That's why we've decided to do pure Chardonnay style, long aging. It's 4 years aging minimum for the non-vintage and 6 years for the vintage. No malolactic fermentation, really low dosage of sugar, and we are working with oak barrels, so wood, which was not the case before. My parents and grandparents used to work with the traditional steel vats, and it was really important for me to focus on a new style, a new signature from the new generation.
So how does this affect the wines now? How has the style changed?
It's a completely different style compared to my parents and grandparents used to do. We are really working on lots of powerful structure, complexity, and at the same time to combine with the elegance and the freshness coming from the Chardonnay.
So what would you combine this with in champagne when you combine with food?
Absolutely, it's definitely gastronomic champagne. You can do through really good food and wine match, absolutely no problem. You can do actually quite lots of things. I'm thinking about seafood as a starter, or foie gras, scallops of course, all kind of fish. That's absolutely no problem. Or you can even think about a white meat like veal, and or chicken and poultry meat. Otherwise, you can do really good match with nice cheese as well. I'm thinking about nice Gruyère Suisse or something like this. You can be a really good match.
But the cheese from Champagne, that's Chaource.
Chaource, it's quite close from the area, absolutely, and Langres as well, which is quite close.
So, cheers! You don't have any.
No.
You do like this?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I am Corinne Couchoumeillot, representing familial house E.Rapeneau. So we are based in Champagne, in E.Rapeneau, in the heart of the region.
And what is so special about your style? What makes it? Do you have a philosophy or?
Of course. So the main and very very important thing is that we are 100% family-run company, which is nowadays very rare in Champagne. But as a family, we are quite large. The family owns 200 hectares of vineyard in Champagne. We are located pretty much everywhere, but for example, we own 10 hectares in Bouzy, also 10 hectares in Côte des Blancs, and a very beautiful vineyard, 30 hectares located in the very bottom of Champagne, in the Côte des Bars, with a nice chateau called Château de Bligny. And so we are very proud as a family being able to produce 10 million of bottles yearly.
Oh. And do you also make Bouzy Rouge?
We do, absolutely. So Bouzy Rouge is very specific and we are very, very proud of it. So what we do is that we produce Bouzy Rouge every year in order to, we use it to produce our Champagne Rosé. But when the year is absolutely brilliant, we bottle it. So our Bouzy Rouge is always vintage.
Okay, I think it's very interesting. I like as well Bouzy Rouge, but
yes.
You never see it in
Exactly,
Sweden.
absolutely. It's getting very, very rare, but very interesting. And but we are still very popular with it. For example, in UK, in English market, it's still very interesting in. But it's true that it's very. You find it more and more rarely, as it's a very small production, and Pinot Noir are not always at their best. And so, but yeah, when we can make it, we are very, very proud.
my name is Victor Pepin. I'm export manager for Champagnedagen since 2007. And I'm very pleased to be here in Stockholm in order for the Champagne Day and to present, some new products and our new vintage 2006. A.Jacquart is one of the oldest family based in Reims, and it started in 1808. And since it's a family-owned company, we have no pressure to raise our cuvées, and we leave them the right time in order to improve in our cellars.
And you only use your own grapes?
We cultivate, we work with 30 hectares of land, and also we buy grapes. We have contact with lots of small growers. Actually, our cellar master E.Rapeneau has a great connection in the Champagne, and he buys lots of Punkvin Grand Cru grapes. So we have the chance to have lots of quality grapes in our blend. Yeah.
And which is your most selling wine?
Well, the most selling wine actually in Sweden, we sell lots of vintages. We had a great success with our 96 3 years ago. We moved to 2002, 2005, and actually it's a good question because now we are just we just launched this cuvée, the 2006, and we are very confident with this vintage on the Swedish market because of the typicity of the vintage. It's a vintage with high citrusy notes, lots of flavors, lots of minerality.
Because in Champagne you're always drinking champagne through the dinner, the different dishes.
Yes, we do.
Because in Sweden it's another thing, but we're trying to get Swedes to drink it together with dinner, not only to aperitif or celebrating or the 12 o'clock in the...
Yeah, exactly. And I think the vintage champagne are superb. And I would say you get a better expression of the wine if you mix it with food than by itself, because sometimes the vintage can be too heavy, and having a vintage with a nice dish, you get a better expression of the terroir, a better expression of the wine. So I strongly recommend to have these wines with a dish, and then the wines, they will be even more complex and even more.
Det som är speciellt med Gosset, det är att alla deras champagne, förutom just Brut Excellence, är utan malolaktisk jäsning. Så att de är stramare och lagringsdugligare än rätt så många andra champagner. Och det är också att de lagrar dem själva med jästfällning längre än de flesta champagnehus. Det här då som är instegsmodellen lagras 3 år på jästfällningen och har 11 grams dosage och då malolaktisk jäsning. Så den är mer drickvänlig, lite rundare, lite krämigare. Medans går man vidare då till deras Grand Reserve som var den ursprungliga brytten som de hade. Så är det 4 år på jästfällningen, 8 gram dosage, så längre lagring och mindre socker.
Jag har legat 6 år på jästfällningen.
Äger de alla vingårdslägen eller
Nej, de köper nästan allt. De har typ 8 egna hektar. Och så har de drygt 250 som de leasar. Och Gosset är ju det äldsta vinhuset i Champagne sedan slutet på 1500-talet. Men som sagt, de är ingen stor vingårdsägare.
Och var någonstans i Champagne?
Nu håller de till i E.Rapeneau. De flyttade dit 2009. Men innan dess så har man varit etablerad i AI. Man har fortfarande kvar huset i AI. Men man använder idag bara källaren för lagring. Och så har man köpt ett nytt slottsbyggnad i E.Rapeneau. Som nu är liksom visitor center och huvudkontor och så. Man blir lite mer kommersiella helt enkelt. Vi har mera besök.
Vilken är din favorit av alla deras rosén tycker jag är så himla...
Ja, rosén är jättebra, men faktiskt de är ju inte alls egentligen känt för Chardonnay eftersom de ursprungligen kom från AI. Men jag tycker personligen att deras Blanc de Blanc är bland det bästa de gör. Så den ligger 4 år på jästfällningen, har bara 6 gram restsocker. Den är rätt så frisk, stram, äpplig. Riktigt god är det. Så för att vara en Pinot Noir specialist champagne så gör de väldigt förvånande